Hi there, Scott. Yeah, Wynn, MGM both give us meaningful insight into the discretionary spending of Americans last quarter, and not just on the Las Vegas Strip, but in Massachusetts and, in MGM's case, around the country. Its fourth quarter revenue, MGM's, is expected to come in at $3.3 billion. That would mean 10% growth over last year, but consensus is a decline of 12 times per share, or a loss of $1.37. Just a reminder here, gaming analysts don't really focus on EPS as they consider property earnings more central to performance. There were some tough year-on-year comps, so we'll be looking for any indication of margin erosion as labor comes back and is more expensive, whether that cuts into profits. And on the call, we'll want to hear about the group business in 2023 in Las Vegas, because it's one thing to have a packed calendar, but another to have people actually in rooms, actually eating in restaurants or gambling. Look, there was a lot of rah-rah over CES, but the attendance was still down significantly from pre-pandemic levels. And for MGM, and even more so for Wynn Resorts, the first quarter is a dramatically different landscape than last quarter because of the reopening in Macau. So the calls are important here. We'll be listening for an indication about Lunar New Year visitation and spend, workforce headwinds as well. Wynn's fourth quarter report has more relevance than its competitor Las Vegas Sands, because its U.S. business has been keeping it and Macau afloat. Wynn CEO Craig Billings endured the long quarantine to visit his employees and regulators in Macau. He's the only Las Vegas CEO who's actually been to Macau since the pandemic began, and he went right before the concession was renewed. He's going to sit down with me tomorrow for an exclusive interview right here on Halftime Report, and we'll be able to probe more deeply into a lot of these questions about macroeconomics, what he's seeing in China, and certainly what he's seeing around the United States in terms of leisure travelers, particularly, Scott, at the high end.
That, Contessa, thank you. Contessa Brewer out in Las Vegas for us. You are our resident casino shareholder, Mr. Lebenthal.
That was a fabulous report because she covered everything, and there was a lot to cover. There's a lot of moving parts with what's going on with casinos, Scott. So I'm going to focus on two things.
Macau?
Actually not Macau, and that may surprise you, but it's kind of good news there. It's just taking off. Let's let that percolate a little bit. The two things I want to focus in on are this. She mentioned CES. Big convention held in January. How big? It was the first time it's been back in person in several years. That used to be the big one, okay? Let's see what Mr. Billings on the earnings report tonight says about the impact of that in the first quarter. The second thing is Mr. Billings. He and his management team do an excellent job of communicating. I mean, really good. They tell it like they see it. They don't sugarcoat anything. They don't hide behind words. They will tell us what's going on with the discretionary spending that Contessa rightfully pointed out is very highly discretionarily spending in Las Vegas.
Do you, Joe, want to tell Jim what you think of casinos, or would you like me to from my notes?
Scott, you could do that. Why don't you go ahead?
Joe says,
I'll gauge his reaction.
He says respectfully to you and many others, he thinks casinos are, quote, dinosaurs in the desert.
Yes, I do.
He doesn't own any of the stocks.
Boston is the desert.
I think for my children, there is so much competition that thinking about Vegas, look, CES, wonderful conference. It was in January. People went for the weather. They're there for the weather. The competition right now that exists, online gaming, take tonight with Disney. If Disney gets creative and utilizes ESPN and says, okay, we've got this unbelievable franchise, we're going to attach online gaming to it, right? That's more competition for these casinos. In the financial industry in the last several years, we've created a gaming environment. Just go look at weekly options or these zero-dated options. So there is significant competition. And I think for my children, when they sit where I sit today, they're going to look back and realize it was nothing more than weather.
That might be true in a few years, but right now,
nothing more than weather.
Right now, it's a lot of fun going to Vegas. Well, I got to take you out there, okay? We all got to go out. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's not just the gambling.
Super Bowl is there next year.
It's hey, let's go, rent a race car and race around a track. It's, hey, let's go play some golf. Let's drink. Let's have food. Let's go see Blue Man Group or whatever the heck is playing. It's honestly still right now, Joe, a place that people go and have a really good time.
How about I bring my laptop and I go to Miami and I do the same thing? Less travel.
Whatever floats your boat, my friend, but I'd rather hang out with you.
The stocks have done quite well so far this year. Wynn, MGM, and LVS. And obviously, a lot of it has to do with the China reopening.
That's true. That's true. I didn't mean to downplay that. It's just not what I'm focused on right now.